haven't muted it.
Bang, bang!
Oh, God.
Son.
You know what they say? Karma is a bitch. And I'm that bitch. Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair, Natty, Tamina, Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Mandy Rose, Dana, Naomi, Lana, Alexa Bliss. No one compares to me. Hey, and you know what I realized for the first time after signing my WWE contract, I don't know, 7 years ago? After getting to sit at home and watch WrestleMania. No. I don't steal opportunities. I am the opportunity. So to all you delusional WWE fans at home who think that I steal opportunities from your favorites, no. I create the opportunities. No, this is the new Charlotte Flair. I'm not apologizing for being that damn good, because all of you are going to bow down to your 13th-time women's champion. Yes. Yeah, no more little humble Charlotte. Nope, I'm that good. So I want all of you to show some respect. No, show some respect to what I have brought to this industry. Hell, I've dedicated years of my life to this business. Years. Tears, blood, and sweat. And what have any of you given me in return? Exactly. So enjoy your title match that I should have been in.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Havens, the Argyle assassin himself, giving them all the shivers. And you're listening to DB, Primo, AJ, here on the Sit Down Marks podcast, the best podcast for professional wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following Sit Down Marks podcast is set for one fall. Introduce first your heel host that is always helping to spread the good word of wrestling, Dirty Bird. Next up, the co-host from the land of the rattlesnake, Mr. Team Extreme, editor and producer, Primo. And finally, your co-host, straight out of your mama's kitchen, driver of the Grip Wagon, straight off a cliff, assistant editor and producer, AJ.
All right, here we are, episode number 62 of the Best Kept Secret in Wrestling podcast. That's right, episode number 62. What is going on, my guys? Welcome, man. How y'all doing today?
I'm drumming. So I'm practicing.
Practicing
my drumming.
Solo.
Yes, it's important. Other than that, I'm great. How are you, Primo?
Excellent. I'm excellent. 62 episodes in. It really is crazy, you know, everything we're a part of, and all 62 episodes. I know I got asked not too long ago, you know, I was talking about my podcast, and I said, you know, yeah, we just had our 60th or 61st episode at that time, and they're like, what? Apparently, you know, that's a lot to some people, and I guess what? We made it there, boys, so we're at 62 now, and we're going to keep on trucking.
Are you celebrating by broadcasting from a cave tonight? Doing a little spelunking, are you?
Yeah.
Nice. Moving on.
Let's know what you find. I'm just glad you said that you didn't say that you were practicing the guitar, because I'm not going to be the singer in this band that AJ's trying to start here with his drums that he's trying to play. So I'm just not I'm just not going to be that guy. So I'm glad that you said that you weren't playing any kind of instrument. And then lo and behold, AJ is playing the guitar as well. So he's
I
ready
do it
to get
all,
the band going.
motherfuckers.
Slapping the bass.
All right. Welcome everybody to the Best Kept Secret in
right.
Wrestling podcast. I want to thank TW Ward, the voice of Memphis Wrestling. That guy with the awesome voice you heard bring us in there at the top of the pod. He is the voice of Memphis Wrestling, and we appreciate him bringing us in each and every week. All right, guys, come gather around, bring some pizza. We have wrestling to discuss. So let's talk about this thing. But first of all, I want to thank our sponsors today. Our sponsor is Jet Designs over on Facebook. That is right, JET Designs. He is the best custom die-cast car maker out there. He can bring any idea you have to life. Go check him out over on Facebook. If you need a custom die-cast for yourself, your fantasy league, to add for a friend for a birthday, he can make it happen. And so go check him out over there. Also, I want to thank everybody listening on all those podcasts right now. We really appreciate everybody out there, especially everybody listening on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all those others, and especially on Fridays at SportsWire Radio at 6:15. As always, right before that Thomas Bryce show, and also throughout the week, you can hear our pod, and we really appreciate it if you go give us that review on whatever platform you're listening from. It really helps out the pod. If you love us, go give us a review. If you hate us, go give us a review. So, but I don't think if you're listening, you probably hate us, but you might, but I appreciate it anyway. So let's get this thing underway with the old pop of the pod. Let's see what the old jukebox has for us here today.
Let's hear it, Jukey Box.
Oh, yeah. Man.
I'm glad the Jukey Box picked that one. I love that song.
Good old Dude Love, man.
It's so weird that that's the one the Jukey Box picked after I was humming the tune last week.
Yeah, it's definitely a coincidence that happened.
It's algorithms, guys. It's algorithms. That's what it is. That's what it is. All right, AJ, what's going on? Anything this day in wrestling history worth speaking on, my friend?
We got a couple of things before we move on. One, on this day, which is May 4th, for all you Star Wars nerds. I'm not as nerdy as I am about most things. Not a Star Wars guy. Could care less.
Well, May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, fuck off. In 1963, the WWF ran in Baltimore, Maryland, headlined by Edward Carpentier, defeating Pedro Rodriguez. That was in 1963. I'm not French. I don't know French things. This is back when Dirty was spending a semester abroad in France. Learning how to make baguettes and
croissants.
Being taught the French tickler.
Drinking
I was hanging out with La Resistance.
paying a little tribute to Bon Vivant Rene Dupree.
That's right.
He wasn't born yet. What else? There wasn't a whole lot that happened. We have something interesting and close to home.
Okay.
2013, in the main event of Dreamwave Retaliation right here in Illinois, in LaSalle, Jason Hades outlasted both Christian Rose and Nick Brubaker in a triple threat match to become the new Dreamwave World Title holder. How about that? That's actually
How about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That is awesome news. Brubaker, we're going to be talking about him later. He is the current champion of Iron Spirit Pro, our promotion that AJ and I work for here. Primo as well. It just hasn't logged any hours yet. So.
Yeah, I'm the worst employee.
Yes, you really are.
Yeah, but he takes care of things back in the home base, I guess. So, but yeah, that's awesome. I love to hear that. Hartenbauer, big, that's where he cut his teeth, made his name was in Dreamwave. Yeah, and one of those promotions of many. But yeah, that's awesome. Nice stuff there.
And then the last one I want to mention, I only want to mention it just because in 2014, it was Extreme Rules, WWE, in the Izon Center in East Rutherford, New Jersey, where Jack Swagger and Rob Van Dam in a triple threat match were defeated by Cesaro.
Oh, we got to do it.
That's the only reason. I just wanted to do arm guns.
We
I miss
the people.
Fuck
Nice.
that. I miss Cesaro. I could care less about Jack Swagger. But yeah, that's all I got in this day in history that we haven't done before. So there we go. No birthdays either.
I did that when I was seeing Cesaro at the Hall of Fame. I said, "Oh," because I hadn't seen him or talked to him in a while. So very cool. Any headlines, Primo? Who got released this week?
You hung out with him at the Hall of Fame?
I did. Yeah, I saw him. Yeah.
He taught him his new croissant.
Yeah, we fist bumped.
You fist bumped. It was very rapid.
It was.
Yes. Bloody knuckles after the affair.
Yeah. He stole my shades.
Nothing like a good news giggle.
All right. So in the headlines on May 4th, that's today for all you marks out there. Freddie Prinze Jr.'s wrestling promotion that he is planning to start up. By the way, he plans to start in 18 months. He wants a 2-hour show. He has the money for currently a 3-year plan. He wants storylines based in reality, men and women given equal time. He wants to own the space that it will be filmed in. Wants it to be a SAG show, so part of the SAG,
Guild or whatever.
Guild, whatever. And then, but as of this moment, they still have no TV contract, but he hopes to work all that out. What do you think about that? This new promotion, the old Freddie Prinze Jr.
I fucking applaud it. I like what he's trying to do, but that is a whole lot of I want for a brand new promotion. I hope he gets it because again, like he's been writing for WWE for what, like a decade or something like that.
Yeah, something.
By the way, this is Freddie Prinze Jr., former actor, married to Sarah Michelle Gellar. For all you marks that don't know, but yeah, I'm cool. Get more in there. Why not? It sounds pretty cool.
Bring it. If it's good, I'll watch it.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
I mean, if EC3 and Adam Scherr can bring up Control Your Narrative.
Yeah, no, that's not a thing.
So
it'd be interesting. I always like seeing them when them build their roster. Sorry, Primo, I mean cut you off. But
no, yeah,
like,
you're right.
Like when they start, right? When the new promotions start, I always like to see like who their first guy they sign. You know, like AEW, they got what, Jericho first, I think. You know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
No, Moxley was it was Jericho then Moxley.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, it's always see what direction they go. So cool.
Via AEW Games Twitter, they have announced it's official. The title of the AEW game in development by Ukes is called AEW Fight Forever. And it will be available on both console and PC. And I also saw today that they are planning to make Owen Hart a playable character.
Fantastic.
Oh, so cool.
I love that. I love that a lot.
Yeah, that's enough to make me want to buy it right there.
Tony Khan. Tony Khan is officially the owner of Ring of Honor, as the sale has now finalized.
Oh, I thought it was already finalized.
Hey, they got to do paperwork, but
underwriting and shit.
Yeah. It's just in stone now, so to speak.
There's a lot of paperwork. Like
speaking of AEW and paperwork, a month's worth. Via Fightful Select, a class action lawsuit has been filed against AEW for violating Americans with Disabilities Act on ShopAEW.com. The plaintiff claims that ShopAEW.com, which is the company's merchandise site, is not accessible to people with visual impairments. So, if you don't know, the part of the Americans with Disabilities Act and the WS3, the the World Wide Web Consortium to make all the rules and stuff for the internet.
Sure.
Basically, if you have pictures or stuff like that, you have to have both a audio and text description. So if you're hearing impaired, you'll be able to read the text description if it's a video, and if it's a picture that you can't necessarily see due to visual impairment, it should be an audio description for you.
Gotcha.
And apparently, Shop AEW is lacking of that, so there has been a lawsuit filed.
Oh boy!
And finally, Max Caster has filed a trademark on the Ace of America to be used for entertainment services.
The Ace of America.
The Ace of America.
Oh, I hate him.
And
so
he
much.
can still do the Acclaim thing.
I love.
Oh yeah, because
I love Max Caster, man.
Because your opinions are incorrect.
Who did he cut on lately that was really funny? It was on Dark. It was on Jersey Shore's boyfriend. What's his name? Shoot. You guys ever watched Jersey Shore?
Fuck
No,
no.
a long time.
Don't act like you know.
No, I have. I did. I used to. I just
not Snooki, but JWoww. JWoww, yes.
Her meathead boyfriend.
Yes, she dates a guy's AEW wrestler, and he wrestled Max on Dark, which I'm sure Max beat him. But Max had a really good good rap for him when he came out. It was pretty good. Yeah. He said something like, "Your girl, said she'd rather have Pauly D because she found out that you have a really small D. How." It was funny, man. I don't know.
He probably said it a little more clever than that.
Yes, he did. He's getting over.
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead. All right. Yeah.
But that is today in wrestling headlines.
Man, so they had some more NXT releases, right? So
forgot to mention those.
Yeah.
There's one that was kind of a big deal.
Right, yeah. So who all got released here that we saw?
It was Malcolm Bivens.
Yeah, the
Harland, other known as Parker.
Yep, and Dexter Lumis.
Yeah.
That one made me sad.
So now all of a sudden, what's her name? Don't have a husband on NXT.
Indy. There's no more Index.
Yeah, no more Index.
Yeah.
Diamond Mine doesn't have a mouthpiece.
No.
Right. Yeah. Interesting releases there. So just
Dakota Kai was another big one.
That's the other one.
Yeah. I'll say who that. She was the only female release, I think. At least for this time. But and then there's rumors out there saying that WWE is going to be making releases every 90 days now. Is a little nasty rumor going around that I've read.
They're going to run out of people if they keep doing that.
Well, it's either like you get over or you get out kind of deal, or if, you know what I mean. So it's like it sounds, but yeah, we'll see if that holds true or not. So, but all right, it's time to find out what good old AJ has for us this week in his beautiful little segment here that I've learned to love here lately. All right, AJ, what you got for us here, buddy?
AJ's clip of Hulk Hogan singing the days of the week. Of the
week. Oh, this is going to be good. Please explain. Hulk Hogan singing the days of the week.
Week of the week.
Of the week.
So, in the late 80s, early 90s, whatever, Hulk Hogan went to Japan and he did a commercial for what I think is they're selling babies or air conditioners.
I'm gonna go with air conditioners.
I have no idea which, but it's Hulk Hogan in like a sailor's get up, I guess, is close as I could describe it. And he's singing the days of the week. He's just sitting there going, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
so
Friday,
weird.
Saturday. And in the background, there are pictures of, like, there's a baby that pops up. There's an air conditioner, I think, unless it's like a baseboard heater or some sort of
it looks
HVAC
like a wall
appliance.
Unit. Like a Japanese narrator talking over.
Yes.
I
I tried to figure out what the product was. Couldn't do it. But the baby popping up while Hulk Hogan is singing about air conditioners and days of the week is utterly...
Makes it seem more like a lullaby.
It's brilliant madness is what it is.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday comes again.
毎日
Sunday,
毎
Monday,
日
Tuesday,
日立の
Wednesday,
細長
Thursday,
静
Friday,
か
Saturday,
サラサ
Sunday
ラ
comes again.
綺麗な空気
I love the humming
体には
part.
細長が気持ちいいんです日立のビッグフローウェルネス
He gave
No
up on
clue.
he gave it 2 rounds and he was like, I'm gonna switch to humming.
Yep, we're gonna I've only been paid so much money. I sang the days. Now you get some hums, and there's a baby in there. Like if you're listening, there's a baby and an air conditioner. It makes I still don't know what the company is. I don't know what the product is. I'm gonna go with cold babies.
Yep.
I think they taught my daughter that song in kindergarten last year. So
What, Hulk Hogan taught your daughter that song?
no, but she learned that song.
A Japanese
so,
commercial.
So it's good that he held on to that for all them years.
When you're over, you'll sing a little jingle for some big
Exactly.
jingle.
You give me
know
some
what I mean?
change, I'll sing anything.
Yeah. Put them wings on me. I'll sing the babies about air conditioning days a week. You got it. Yeah, man, for sure. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm the Dirty Bird, of course. It's time to talk about what we're going to talk about. So we got our weekly reactions to all the happenings in wrestling. Also, we're going to start our month of famous women's matches. And today we're going to review Charlotte Flair versus Natalya from NXT Takeover 2014. This was Charlotte's kind of arrival in the scene. This was a championship match of a tournament where Paige had to vacate the title. So this was kind of her kind of breakout match, her very first title win. So you heard at the top of the pod there that awesome promo by Charlotte Flair. And so we're going to be talking about that. And then we also are going to get you ready for the big Iron Spirit Pro card that's coming up this Saturday in Bloomington, Illinois, where AJ and myself are going to be there. It's going to be a big, huge show. We're going to talk about that right here in just a minute or two. But first, before we go, Primo's got to kick us off, baby. Let's go.
This is Levi Cooper.
Hey, this is Buck Nasty, Bucky Collins.
This is Big Beef.
What's up, bozos? This is Trevor Outlaw, and you're listening.
And you're listening to the Sit Down Marks.
Sit Down Marks.
Sit Down Marks.
And you're listening to the Sit Down Marks podcast with DB, Primo, and AJ.
All right. First of all, you guys know I was down at High Voltage Wrestling this past Saturday in Hinckley, Illinois, which as soon as I walk in there, my sports mind was absolutely blown. And it was like crazy because I walked in there and this gym was the very first site of where the Harlem Globetrotters played for the first time at this gym in Hinckley, Illinois. So that was really cool. But a big crowd turned out for this show. It was really awesome. All the guys laid it on the line. I was able to meet a lot of people there in Hinckley. I want to personally thank Sean and his father Harlan for inviting us to be there and give away our stuff. I got to eat some awesome top rope bacon cookies. They were there as well. And it was just a really cool show, man. And they really brought it. And Sean was able to pull out the win in the main event over Travis Titan. So just wanted to thank everybody once again for having me out there. And looking forward to going back up there for another show, man. It was a really cool town. I'm excited for the wrestling that's going on there. But let me tell you, though, Sabotage Sean, that kid is over in Hinckley. Over.
That doesn't surprise me.
Over. No, yeah. Over. So that's and then AJ, man, this Saturday, me and you're going to be at the Station Saloon in Bloomington, Illinois for Iron Spirit Pro, man. Let's talk about this card here real quick.
Hell yes.
It's going to be big, man. It's the first outdoor show of the year for us, so we're going to be setting the ring up outside, I believe, here for the first time. So We got CJ Esparza, the local guy, versus a returning Ethan Price, who hasn't been in Iron Spirit here for a little while, but he's coming back. So that's going to be awesome. I'm also looking at what might be the show stealer. We're very familiar with 815, right? Sean and Gunnar Brave. They're taking on technical difficulties, who are making their debut in Iron Spirit Pro. And I found out too, these guys are also graduates from the Harley Race School. So 815, man, this should be a big one, right, AJ?
It's fantastic. I love to hate, or I hate to love. Let me try that again. 815 are good. They're very good. They're very, very fun to watch in the ring. I've never seen technical difficulties before, so I'm excited to see them.
Yep. A lot of talent on this card, man. We're going to be seeing live for the first time for sure.
Yes. It's going to be very cool. And by the way, I love outdoor shows. I love them so much. I'm so happy that it's finally... Well, it's supposed to be nice enough. It's like 42 degrees outside right now. But the weather for this Saturday is supposed to be nice, so I'm super excited.
Yeah, it definitely is. And then we got Cardini, who wrestled Storm Grayson last time he was there.
Cardini.
He's going to be wrestling Cody Lane, who we've seen wrestle a lot, AJ, in St. Louis Anarchy and other promotions. And he's coming down to Bloomington for the first time here, so I'm excited. And then two guys I've never seen wrestle live before. I've seen them wrestle, but not live. I like saying this guy's name. El Sazon, Angel Escalara versus Ryan Matthews. Both guys making debuts here. This is going to be a nice matchup. And then what might be the show stealer also as well, we got a very heel low-life tag team here, AJ, going against a very babyface Corn Boy and Rip Studwell. And these guys are both over in Bloomington.
Oh my God. Bloomington, we love us some Corn Boy and Rip Studwell. Like a lot.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So I'm looking forward to that. And then we got Solomon Tupu, one of my favorites on the scene. I love my big guys. So, this is going to be a good one. I'm going to be interested to see this one. And another guy I haven't seen wrestle live is Sabin Gage. So this one's going to be awesome. They just announced Conan Lycan, who is the Land Shark. He is another Black and Brave graduate. He's going to be there as well. But all right, AJ, let's talk about it, man. So Dante Leon in the main event, he's the challenger. He is like 11 or 12-0, maybe more at Iron Spirit Pro. He's putting his undefeated streak on the line. He wants that title. He's going up against Brubaker. So we got title versus streak here. Something's got to go. What do you think is going to happen here, AJ? Any predictions, sir?
So I was honestly thinking about this.
Sure.
Like a lot since they announced the match. And it's hard to bet against Brubaker, but Dante Leon, he's got that streak going. He's got momentum. Brubaker's been the champ for a while now. Maybe he's going to let his guard down just a little bit, and Dante might squeak one out.
Yeah, Brubaker, he's from Bloomington, but he still likes to come out and shit on the town that he's from.
He does,
and all of us there. So and Dante's, he's been building momentum. This kid, he's the end seeker, so he's going to be gunning for it, man. So this could be a really big night, Saturday night. So don't miss it. Be there Saturday night. Iron Spirit Pro is going to be at the Station Saloon. I believe the card starts at 7 p.m. Outdoor show. The weather's going to be great. Come on out, man. It's going to be awesome. And, this card is stacked. There's some guys that we haven't seen before. So it's going to be awesome, man. And I'm ready for it, man. It's going to be good stuff. Also, shout out to also Iron Spirit Pro and Zawa Live wrestler Bucky Collins. Got his shirt on today. I told him I'd always be sporting that. So there's Bucky's shirt. So all right, let's get to these reactions for the week here, boys. Let me kick it off this week since we got the big WrestleMania. Oh, yeah, AJ's got the same Bucky T-shirt.
Yeah,
I do. Primo's sporting the Texas Longhorns.
Yeah, no one gives a shit about Texas.
Right. Hey, fuck you, pal.
How many Texas players got drafted this year, Primo?
How high can you count?
I think
3.
I think the correct answer is 0.
Wait, no one? No, not even like the 5th round? Like for the fucking practice squad?
Like none.
Zip.
But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Just thought I'd bring it up. But good shit. So all right, let's talk about WWE, boys. All right, so SmackDown. It was a taped SmackDown because of
Smacking it down.
They were touring in the UK. That's right, Smacking it down. A couple things that just kind of made me laugh. Drew, right, standing on top of the cage. He's always got the sword. Yeah, like
it's always seems to be in the perfect placement. Like
yeah,
like he has like I never even think to look for it though. That's the thing. Like I never think to look for the little sheath that has his sword in it.
Yeah, me either. And he so he beat Sammy in the steel cage, which was whatever, But and then Madcap Moss, Happy Corbin. It seems like they're trying to face Madcap here.
It's not gonna work.
That's why I want to ask. Do you think he can get over as a face, Madcap?
No, he's too bland and boring. Like no.
Well,
if he drops the Madcap shit.
Yeah. No one named Madcap Moss is going to get over.
Go back to
he does the puppy dog role. He gets beat up all the time, and
go back to using his other name.
No, he can't get in your heart in any way. You just don't see him.
I could give a shit about him.
Who eliminated AJ Styles from the 2022 Royal Rumble?
That's all it took for me to hate him for life. Is that one little thing and fuck off Madcap.
Hey, Ricochet still got the IC title. That's pretty nice, right? I mean, and he's got some wins. He's got some wins. Hey,
I want that belt to mean something, and it's not going to mean anything on Ricochet. Like it's just not.
Let's take it back to the style that Honky Tonk Man had.
Let's not.
That's where we start.
Yes.
It don't matter. The Bloodline's going to have them all. The Bloodline's going to have them all.
Yeah, as soon as Slow Sokola comes
up. You know why?
Why?
Because you're the twos and we the ones.
AJ, you're the twos.
Ones is not plural.
You're the bench guys.
I'm fine with that. They're bench for fucking grammar.
AJ, are you fine with Raquel Rodriguez having the Ravishing moniker, like our boy Rick Rude? Are you okay?
I mean, yeah, I am, because it's a homage. So.
Listen, it kind of sounds all right. Ravishing Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
And I see why they changed their name from Gonzalez now, just to match that whole thing.
Sure. Yeah.
But
makes sense,
you know what's funny? I saw somewhere, I don't remember exactly, but it was basically along the lines of, while she was in NXT, she was told to basically be a giant woman killer, and never smile.
Gotcha.
And as soon as she joined the main roster, they were like, "Why the fuck aren't you smiling?"
That's why it looks so forced. And I was wondering about that. Like when she smiles, it's like,
right. And she smiles a lot.
Yeah. And it looks weird.
I like saying her finisher, the Chicona Bomb.
Yes.
Chicona Bomb.
Chicona Bomb.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. All right, so Drew saves RK Bro because, bloodline stuff. I mean, Drew's getting a lot of TV time all of a sudden.
They took two potentially really good matches for Backlash and just crammed them into one. And I'm like, hey, well, you just made both of those worse. I don't care. I just don't care.
What's the next pay-per-view? That's all that tells me, is they're saving them for the next one.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask. We were supposed to have the because initially it's supposed to have been the tag match for the titles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they're doing the Mashi stuff. So Lacey Evans, is she the new Veer? I mean, we're gonna see a couple vignettes here.
I'll be honest. Every time that comes on, I skip it.
Same. I fast forward. I listened to the first one.
Same. I did listen to the first one.
I made it through the first two.
Okay.
And then I was like, all right, I get what you're doing, but I don't care.
Yeah, it's still the same. All I had to hear was my mama, and I'm out.
Yep, and then I'm out.
Right. Yeah. So, and then SmackDown. Last thing was Ronda Charlotte. I mean, I'm a Charlotte guy, but for feud wise, I'm not getting any more interested. Are you? I mean,
no.
Yeah.
I mean, I was already -% interested.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, because you hate Ronda so much.
Sure.
And I'm a big fan of Ronda, and I love Charlotte, but whatever.
They are both great, accomplished women.
Yes,
but this feud is just to me.
It's a real stinker.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what I got for SmackDown. Raw.
Get to Raw. Yeah.
All right. So, Backlash, Drew, RK Bro versus.
What up, bro? What up, bro?
What up, bro?
Versus the Bloodline. Remind AJ one more time why he's a 2.
Cause you're the 2s and we the 1s.
Okay, that doesn't remind me why I'm a 2. That's just stating that I am a 2.
Hold
Just
on,
reminded
one
that
second.
you don't understand.
Cause you're the 2s and we the 1s.
Just in case.
I'm going to get some sound clips to play as well.
Okay, so we just established there's no tag title match. So schmozzy schmoz, just add to it for. All right, so I mean, RK Bro Bloodline is it the biggest story in WWE right now?
Nope,
it is,
not
right?
to me. Nope, not to me.
No, not to you.
What's
bigger?
It technically is. Yeah.
Seth Cody?
No, what's bigger to me is 2/3. Like my dream, absolute lifetime dream faction is now 2/3 complete. That's the biggest thing for me going on right now.
Finn Balor and AJ.
Finn Balor and AJ. Now, if you just throw Shinsuke in there, I will never stop having a wrestling
call them
boner.
the All Japan crew.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Well, right now that's not a bigger story than RK Bro Bloodline.
It is in my heart.
Are we not going to talk about how RK Bro slid in the ring and did a double RKO to the Bloodline?
Yeah. It was coming up next. Yeah, for sure.
Riddle does a pretty sweet RKO.
I think every time Riddle does the RKO, Randy's like a proud papa.
Yeah, he is.
Yes, yeah. I love that part, man.
I am fucking loving Randy Orton right now. Like for the last 6 months, even before like the RK Bro stuff, ever since it looks like he's having fun, I fucking love Randy Orton. Like this is fantastic.
Yeah, he's came on record and said that he was kind of just going through the motions for a while there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure. He gets lull.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was I kind of like the double RKOs. It was kind of nice, sneaking in. By the way, Raw, Greensboro Coliseum, home of the fucking Four Horsemen. So show some respect. By the way,
you're fucking marks.
You're fucking marks. So I still love the Kevin Owens Ezekiel feud, man. This is great.
He talks like Elias. He sounds like Elias. Cause that's Elias.
Cause that's Elias.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. That's not my thing.
Elias got pinned already. What are we doing? Like, are we gonna make him a joke?
Yeah, but
it
was
fun.
Did you see the segment with him and Glenn Jacobs?
Oh, Glenn Jacobs. Yeah,
I think it was last week.
Yeah, where he's like, I don't want to interrupt. That's
exactly. Yeah. So and then Mayor Glenn Jacobs was like, I'm a big fan of that Kane guy.
Oh, I just love the who wants to hear Elias talk. I love that so much. It's so silly, but it's
who wants to hear Elias
talk?
Yeah,
or Ezekiel talk.
I just love how, like, in that soundbite too, we have like Kevin is about to bust a blood vessel over this thing. Like he is just wrapped up, pissed about it, right? Yeah, I just love that part about it. But before we get to the Seth Rollins Appreciation Night that it was, what do you guys think about? I don't even know if you guys have thought about this, but you probably have. Edge's faction, they're calling it Judgment Day. Mm-hmm. We already have New Day. Why we gotta have, we can't come up with something else?
We had Rusev Day.
Right, we had Rusev Day. Now it's Judgment Day. That was an old pay-per-view I went to in '97 in Charlotte.
Oh yeah, wasn't that a squared circle question?
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying though. Like if you look at one of the old Judgment Day posters, it's him using the balance thing, Edge using the balance thing, like he does in his promos now.
Oh, the scales.
The scale, that's what it is. Yeah, sorry.
I don't think it's a bad
balance thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad name. I just think it's too relative to something that's already have.
It's a callback to him, to his past, but
sure, yeah.
He couldn't exactly call it the Ministerial Brood or whatever.
Yep. All right. Well, if we didn't have enough reason to tune into Raw, Seth Rollins comes out dancing. I love that.
Always good.
Yeah. So it was his appreciation night. And shocker, Cody comes out to spoil it in Greensboro. I think what say something about Cody's dad, Dusty, being an egomaniac just like him.
Not good enough to ever win the belt.
That kind of stuff. Yeah, so it got some booze, got a little heat on him because Dusty is he's a god in Greensboro. You know what I mean? Like I think he beat Flair there for the title probably every time he ever won. Probably cage matches, 4 Horsemen, all that stuff, man. Like, yeah. So, but it was it's kind of funny. We got these appreciation nights all of a sudden, and everybody's got a damn talk show on WWE. And,
Thank you for skipping the Miz TV, by the way.
Yeah. I didn't care about any of that. So let's move on to NXT Spring Breaking, which was it's basically just like a more elevated regular Wednesday night show. They just put a moniker on it. So
I'm gonna need New Year or NXT 2.0's creative naming crew to come up with some better shit.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Spring Breaking, sounds like an old 80s movie too. Like,
like with a bunch of sexy teens that are getting into mischief or something like that.
So
dumb.
I mean, maybe I didn't pay attention, but I didn't see like a big whole beachy theme either. But whatever.
It's not even spring break anymore. That was in March.
All right, we haven't got to say it in a while, guys. So get it ready. Here we go. Cameron Grimes to the moon.
Never been my thing.
All right, so he is the North American. He's the North American champion.
Right on.
Yeah, and then he has a really awesome match with Carmelo Hayes, and then that eventually guy that's going to end up being in the Bloodline. What's his name, Primo?
Solo Sikoa.
I don't know why that'll never not be funny to me, but it will. It's like
So Cameron retains, but next up we got Grayson Waller.
Grayson Waller.
Yeah, he lost to the new guy, Nathan Fraser. But he lost to Nathan Fraser, but with the help of the greatest wrestler on NXT, Mr. Andre Chase.
What we have right now is a teachable moment.
I love Andre Chase.
Yep. So he helped, and he had the what do they call the horn? You like air
horn?
Yeah, air horn. Thank you. He kept doing that.
That gimmick is going to get.
You were almost there with horn.
I was.
That horn. It has air in
it. Last note about that, man, is Roddy. I guess Roddy may have asked for his release. I was reading while NXT was on too, so this might be the last one Roderick Strong is on, possibly.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, so Creed Brothers defeated Viking Raiders with the help of Roderick Strong. So, but it was kind of like a storyline where they're, Creed Brothers were pissed at Roddy for messing with their match because they wanted to win cleanly kind of deal, and basically didn't even talk about Malcolm Bivens being gone. And I think they showed Indy at one point to reference Dexter Loomis being released. She was like looking at her hand. And I couldn't remember if like the ring was gone or something like that, but but that's WWE in a nutshell. So, but we'll have Go Home SmackDown Friday this week after the pod comes out. So let's talk about Backlash real quick, boys. Let's make some quick predictions.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, we don't have anything on this one, man. So we can let this one fly, man. Tell me what you think. Let's start. What happens here, man? I Quit match for the SmackDown Women's title. Charlotte Flair, Ronda Rousey. What's happening?
Charlotte Flair definitively ending the feud.
I gotta agree with that.
And please,
and not only that, but I hope that's what happens.
Yes, please definitively end the feud.
Gotcha. Agreed. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too. And or it's like I think Ronda's gonna move on to some other kind of program for SummerSlam. I don't see this lasting until the end. So, All right, undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns and your SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, versus Drew McIntyre and RK Bro, the Raw Tag Team titles. Who wins in this Samazi horseshit match here that they gave us instead of the real tag match.
Cause you're the twos and we the ones.
It'd be stupid for the Bloodline as a unit to lose.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
Plus, they're not going to pin or loss on Roman Reigns, even if it is in a bullshit schmozzy 6-man tag match. No, it's going to be the Bloodline.
Yeah. I don't know. I was just trying to think what, possibly for Randy Drew, maybe they get mad at Drew. Like, so yes, something happens in her there, and I don't, or Drew could take the pin clean, and that would be fair too. I think so. Yeah, I think.
Why do you think they did this?
I still can't. I don't know.
Do you think Drew maybe is hurt, so they're so he's nursing something,
protecting him a little bit?
Yeah.
Or maybe Roman's a little hurt, but they've both been working. They've both been working the house shows.
Yeah,
and we're gonna see Money in the Bank before we get to SummerSlam. So I don't think they're not going to hold off that tag title match until then. Maybe they're going to hold off till Money in the Bank.
I'm going to be really upset if Drew wins Money in the Bank.
The actual briefcase?
Yeah. I'm not going to be upset. I'll be very bored.
Yeah. I think Cody wins it this year.
I would be okay with that.
That's just my guess. That's how it gets.
I saw that Cody Rhodes. You know how Cody Rhodes brought back the white IC belt?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I saw somewhere that he said now it won't happen because WWE is all about marketing and branding. So, but he said somewhere that he would love to bring back the Winged Eagle.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
No way will that ever happen.
I'd say I've been saying this for a while too. I wish they would drop 24/7 title, bring back the European.
You mean a title that could actually do something as opposed to like a comedy segment that misses every week?
European, light heavyweight, something.
No, I don't like light heavyweight. That's
just something
schmozzy.
TV title. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh, I love a TV title.
Yeah, TV title would be cool too.
I love Best of 7 series. I wish they would do more of those.
Yeah.
So we talked about him. Cody, Seth. Who wins that one? Rematch.
Well,
Cody.
Well,
but in an interesting way.
I feel like there needs to be a trilogy.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So I want to say
the next one for SummerSlam.
Seth wins, but he's a heel, so he wins in a sketchy way.
All right, I'm changing my answer. I agree.
I'm not. I'm gonna stay Cody winning clean. Moving on something else.
That'll really hurt Seth though.
I don't know. Seth could lose for 8 straight months and it ain't gonna hurt him. He's the workhorse, man. I don't.
He really is the workhorse.
Yeah. No. And this gimmick is so good right now. Like he just bounces right back and can be sinister with somebody else. But
that's true.
All right. So Edge versus AJ Styles with Damian Priest barred from ringside. Now that AJ beat him, Edge has to go over here, I think. I'm going to go first. I think if you're starting a faction and it's going to get off the ground, your leader has to win a big match.
It has to be dominant. Like, he has to come out like a boss.
Sure. You think you know me? You never did.
You think you know me? You think you know me?
You know me? You think you know me?
I agree. Edge goes over. He has to go over for the exact reason that you said.
Yeah.
Well, this is whenever. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
No, you're good.
This is whenever maybe a new member, Damian Priest's band, maybe another member is unveiled.
One named Rhea Ripley, perhaps.
Yep. Possibly. Yep. I like that fit.
Mm-hmm.
So
or Veer.
Or Veer maybe. Or Joe Gacy.
Veer.
Last 2 horseshit matches: Happy Corbin, Madcap Moss. I'm going Madcap.
I will say my toilet.
We'll all go pee during that time, make a sandwich, all that stuff. So smoke them if you got them.
I'm gonna say. Let's go with. I want to be weird. WWE is weird with their booking. So
sure. Yeah.
Let's go with happy.
Happy to keep the feud going.
Yeah.
Because if
Oh,
Moss wins,
God.
he's kind of got to move on to something else, huh? All right. So lastly, Lashley versus Almost.
Lashley.
No, almost.
Yeah.
Because he's aligned with MVP, and Lashley already beat him, so he didn't have to prove that.
I'm gonna stick with Lashley.
Glad Lashley's okay too after falling out of the ring with the rope.
Oh my God! Yeah, I sent y'all that, right? Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Holy
that was
crap, dude!
That was nuts, man.
And then I saw another clip where it was like the following night where they were doing live events. He was checking the ropes, like very obviously checking the ropes.
Sure, yeah.
I would be too. Damn it.
Absolutely. One last note I forgot to say about NXT. Braun Breaker. I just mentioned Joe Gacy did beat Joe Gacy in that finale. I didn't mention too much about it, but it was at least in the main event. So that will do it for me for WWE. This week, boys. So Backlash Sunday. Back to Sunday pay-per-view. So Backlash Sunday.
Premier event.
Yeah.
Premier live event.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it. There's some decent matches there, and they, give you something to go to the bathroom in. So yeah, we're good. It should be legit there. So all right, let's see who's up next. Primo, Impact, brother.
So
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sorry.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay, for real. Impact. I just have a few points I want to talk about for Impact. This is post-Rebellion.
Yep.
For starters, we had the return of these guys in the Impact Zone.
Reach for the sky, boy.
That's right.
Heck yeah, them boys.
The Briscoes, them boys are back, and they have made it clear that they are. They have their sights set on Violent by Design.
Hell yeah.
In those tag titles.
Sign me up for that.
Yeah, I'm all about that.
So that was exciting. Another thing that's pretty cool is Honor No More and Bullet Club. Their war wages on. Yep. They had a pretty big brawl there.
Mm-hmm.
And the last thing about the post-Rebellion Impact I want to talk about was in the main event, Moose already burned his rematch for the title.
Yeah, what was that about?
So he burned his rematch. He lost to a clean loss from Josh Alexander. Yep. So my question is Moose taking time off? Is he injured? Is he going to a different company?
I don't think he's going to a different company.
But is he, because he was on a hell of a stretch there. So is he taking some time off? And
that makes sense.
Lastly, at the end of that match, it was announced earlier in the show, Scott D'Amore was going to have a hand-picked opponent for Josh Alexander's title at Under Siege.
Mm-hmm.
And after the match, out came none other than Tomohiro Ishii.
Ooh. Ishii versus Alexander. Yes. Gimme.
It's going to be a freaking
slobber knocker.
Yeah, I couldn't think of a word, but that's a hell of a good way to describe it.
That's going to be bad.
Yeah.
I am very much looking forward to it. Look at Impact doing things.
I know. Mm-hmm. I love that the Briscoes are there, and I will say this: I know some of you guys aren't happy for the reasons. I get it, but I like that Taya Valkyrie is the Triple A Reina de Reinas champ once again.
And
I'm happy with that.
Tied for the most
all time.
Reina de Reinas.
Yeah, it's 4.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, man. I was glad to see that. Yeah.
How about Deanna coming out and attacking her, and then Decay, Havoc, and Rosemary coming out. Rosemary staring down Taya.
Yep, good stuff, man. They're putting up some good storylines.
So NWA Power, we had a show last night on Tuesday night. Real quick. So Aaron Stevens recently lost to Trevor Murdoch, and he says he's done with wrestling.
Trevor?
No, Aaron Stevens does.
Oh, Aaron
And
is, okay.
It's probably because he was recently drafted to the Heels on Top wrestling.
Yeah, I'll let him know when he's done. He works for me.
One of these, it's cool seeing these guys everywhere. We were just talking about Honor No More. Matt Taven announces on NWA Power that he has his sights set on Matt Cardona's NWA World Heavyweight Championship, that 10 pounds of gold, baby.
I love it. I'm a big Matt Taven fan.
Yeah, I like
And
Matt Taven too.
we've had consistently the slam challenge to slam
Sure.
Tyrus. You get 3 attempts. Basically, the rules have been you get 3 attempts, and if you slam Tyrus, then you get a shot at the TV title. Well, Mims actually was able to slam him on the 3rd attempt, so he is now set to get that shot at that TV title Tyrus has to put up.
Dope.
Do you guys remember when the Lex Express was a thing back in like the early 90s? Lex Luger, like WWE, trying to push him as like Ultra America babyface?
Of course.
And do you remember like the competition to slam Yokozuna?
Yes.
Do you remember that? It was on like the fucking boat or something like that.
Yeah. Lex did it.
Yes, and that's what this reminded me of. It's like all these guys can clearly do it.
That's a good comparison. Yes, it is.
And then they obviously booked one person to do it. It's like just everyone line up and try and slam the guy that you can clearly slam.
That's good stuff.
That's what it reminded me of. Which
that's what I got for Impact and NWA Power. Real quick and nice and short, but I do like the things that they're doing in that 3 hours of coverage that I have there. It's I still had 6 good talking points. So there was a few other things in Impact, but those 3 that I spoke about are ones that really stuck out to me this week.
Good stuff. All right, let's move on to AEW there. AJ, you want to start with Dynamite in Philadelphia?
There's only a couple of things that I want to talk about. First is the Owen Hart Foundation tournament qualifier between Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler. And you got CM Punk on commentary. They are, of course, FTR. And I cannot even start to describe how much I love this match. This was old school, mat based, nothing flashy, nothing. This
best
kind of
interest
match.
Music in wrestling, and
Yes.
I love how they both came out of the song same
and
time,
both-
but separate tunnels.
Yep, but
Yep.
same time.
Same time. Yep,
Great.
that was awesome,
And,
man.
God, they are both so fucking over. My God.
And they had the same tights logo, like a
Yep.
Bret Hart Hart Foundation inspired logo on it. Yeah, this was just such good stuff, man.
This was great. This is
It was-
just
yeah.
one of my great, or one of just great. And I love like the little nuances in the match. Like at one point, who was it? I think Harwood tried to go for the sharpshooter, but he hesitated because Cash's ring was fucked, basically.
Yep.
As far as storyline goes. So he like hesitated to
Right.
put his tag team partner in the sharpshooter. I'm like, that's very cool.
Yeah.
And
There's hesitations there.
yeah. And then it was just a roll up win, which Dax Harwood got the roll up win, which was also like both guys look strong as shit still, and it's fantastic. So Harwood moves on, but this match is like one of my favorites.
So did you see that like a lot of their combinations were identical combinations of Brett and Owen?
Yep.
Yeah,
how cool was that?
Yep. They said that they studied Brett Owen wrestling each other for them to
Yeah.
wrestle each other like they wanted to do. Yeah, I thought it was cool, man. They're just such great throwback wrestlers. Like,
They are, and I loved it, and
it's
it was great.
people in it. Yeah.
They're students.
They
Yep,
are.
Yep.
And
Very well said. Yep.
I'm so glad that they're as over as they are, because they are fucking. The crowd loves these guys, as they
Same.
should. This is how you book them, WWE. Pay attention. So I also want to get your guys' take on. So CM Punk was on commentary.
Yep.
And he puts over both guys. He did a great job on commentary, actually. He puts over both guys. He puts over Owen Hart Foundation. It was awesome. He even brought up how he doesn't like FTR because of their former association with MJF, all good stuff. But here's what I want to ask you guys about is he's going to have a match with Hangman Page for the championship at Double or Nothing. Is it time for Hangman to drop the belt?
Yeah, I think it is. I would expect a little bit of a feud first before it happened, but
I think that his title reign has been underwhelming.
I think that his title reign has been nonstop him having to prove himself.
Yes.
And also, I 100% agree with Dirty. I'm ready. I think time-wise, sure, it is ready to come off.
Mm-hmm.
But
what about opponent-wise?
Opponent-wise, I want to see a story. I want to see build-up. I want to be in and make me invested. I don't want to just know this really cool guy that I love, CM Punk, is facing this really awesome guy, Hangman Page.
Yeah,
I want there to be something.
That's not enough as far it can't just be I love CM Punk.
No,
he deserves okay.
Yeah. Let me say one more thing too. Is I want to say it comes off underwhelming. I think because Adam Page is not a big name. He was a homegrown guy. He was never in WWE before. He wasn't. He's not that Chris Jericho that's already been a champion in other, promotions. He's not a Moxley. A guy that was already a legend over in another company. He's totally homegrown in AEW and the Indies. So I feel like that's why it seems underwhelming because he's not that big of a name. He's kind of made his name on doing cowboy shit and the music and overcoming the odds to become champion. I feel like that's the only reason why it seems underwhelming. I mean, storyline wise, the kid has done nothing but put on awesome matches since he's become champ.
That's
what I mean? It's just and with Brian, and other guys, it's just and even with the ones with Omega, I just feel like the next time he has the title, it'll be a bigger deal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I mean?
And I think, I do think that CM Punk is the right guy to take it off him right now.
Sure.
Only because I think that CM Punk dropping it to, MJF would be way cooler than Adam Page dropping it to MJF. Because MJF is going to get the title eventually, and I hope he gets it from CM Punk. Because I just think that's where the cool storyline will be.
Here's a left field question about the AEW title.
I only like right fields, but go ahead.
Okay, let's go center. Let's go center field. So
what?
Who will be the first 2-time AEW champion?
Moxley. Yeah, maybe John Moxley.
Either Moxley or Omega.
Or Omega, yeah.
Yeah. I would say Omega first, but I hope it's anybody but Moxley. But
I don't know. I don't understand your Moxley hate. It's weird.
I don't know. I've never. I don't know. Just never have really been a Moxley guy. I loved him the most with the Shield. But yeah, I don't know. He just never really. I don't know. I just think he's.
You read that book yet?
I actually did not.
You should. Then you'll be a Moxley fan after you read the book.
Yeah, maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe that's the motivation that I need to. But you know what I mean?
I read your book.
I want to get
which was great by the way.
I want to get to Punk. I would like to see Punk and Daniel as a for the title feud. However, that I'd be happy either way that whoever comes away with that belt. But I want to see that one too. So
yeah,
Brian Danielson will eventually have the title. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Paige to answer your question, Primo.
Interesting.
I'm gonna go with Paige first. I think Omega's gonna have a lot of other stuff to do before he gets back to the title for a long time. But could be wrong.
The reason I think Moxley is because I think Omega has a lot of feuds already built in coming when he comes back that it'll take him the better part of a year and a half to get through. And Jericho will never hold it again.
It was the
And
first
then-
time ever, so no reason to do it again.
Yeah, no reason to do it again. And I don't know, Moxley just makes sense to me because he had that whole, he was gone, he went through some personal demons. Like there'll be a storyline with him, and I think he'll get it back.
Did we find out who the guy with the box on his head was? Front row. Behind Punk? That was creepy. His slow clap gave me creepy vibes. Like he had a box on his head and it said like "I'm so over it" or something on it, and he clapped just like.
Okay. Oh my God! Why can't I?
I was like, "Oh, that's so creepy!" And he had a suit on with a box on his head. Like,
yeah,
it was gimmicked out front row. But
why can't I think of who it was?
Anyway,
it was Kip Sabian.
There we
Kip
go.
Sabian.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Google. Also, really quick, I want to say that we had a Griff Grifferson sighting, edging closer and closer to the cliff.
Sure.
Whatever. That's it. Match kind of sucked. Too many
You're
people.
the driver.
I am, but you got to trick him to get it into the Griff wagon.
Yuta Wheeler was over here, his hometown, so that was awesome.
He's super over.
Did y'all see Wardlow's senton bomb on Sir Hawk? Oh, that was sick, dude. I was like, what is he doing? Oh, a senton? I'm like, God, that was great.
Plus, Wardlow almost he threw Sir Arthur right on the crown of his head.
Yeah.
But it was fine.
What are they teasing? Like Morrissey, maybe even Morrissey next week for Wardlow. Yeah, so they're talking then. Oh, Phoenix come back. Yeah.
Yeah. Which did you guys see the wound that he had in his neck?
I did not.
Oh, it was after he got hurt. He had a tube put in his neck, and he took a picture of just the open wound where the tube was, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking gross." So yeah, don't look it up. But yeah, he's back, which is cool.
I'm literally doing that right now.
Oh, it's gross looking. You can see neck muscles. I do want to talk about this main event.
Yeah,
because,
me too.
This match sucked. It sucked. And Scorpio Sky was the babyface, which should never be a thing. And I hated. They had a barbed wire ladder. At that point, I was like, AEW, what are you doing? Like, is Vince Russo booking for you right now? I hated this match. I hated it so much. I do like that Scorpio Sky got the win.
Yeah. I thought it was okay.
I also thought it was okay, but I think that fucking Spanish God,
Sammy
Guevara. I forgot his name for a second there. I think he was knocked out cold at one point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and I think that's why from then on it was kind of like, he was kind of trying to catch his senses a little bit.
Yeah, get his bearings back a little bit. Yeah. Well, I went back and watched that spot a couple of times where he flopped off the ladder, and I was trying to see if I could tell if he was out or not, and I couldn't tell. But the match changed after that. Certainly,
yeah.
He got knocked for a loop.
Yeah, but I was okay with Scorpio winning.
Me too.
Question: Jericho, he threw the fireballs on Eddie. Was that on Dynamite? That was on Dynamite, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was on Dynamite.
Yeah, when they were holding Eddie up, and he threw that fireball and it hit Eddie in the top of the head.
Yeah, that was funny. For the most part, though, I skipped this. I didn't skip it, but
that was really all that mattered. It was just, I wasn't even mentioning if I hadn't used fire. So
yeah, I very much half paid attention to.
Gotcha.
To that segment. So that's what I got for Dynamite, unless you guys want to talk about anything else.
That's all I got, sir.
So moving on to Rampage, there's really only two things. One I just want to mention, the other one I want to talk about because I love it, is Hook and fucking Danhausen is just...
Send Hook!
That whole thing makes me laugh. I don't know why, but it does.
He's made Hook break character a little bit.
There,
so that makes it kind of funny. And Danhausen is just funny, man.
He's just funny. And the crowd was chanting Hookhausen.
Are they going to be an unlikely duo?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do it yet, though.
No,
I don't do it yet, because then Hook kind of becomes a comedy act a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, and it's like his mystique, and
they've already built him. Let's don't kill him off yet.
Yeah, let's let him.
Yeah, I want him
do
to
some things.
I want him to act like he's going to be his buddy, and then just fuck
murder him.
Yeah,
that would be the best booking in this situation. I feel it totally squashes him.
Sure.
So that was cool. I like all that stuff with Hook and Danhausen. Also, I'm not to admit that my brother is correct, which he is from time to time. I'm over Orange Cassidy. And I kind of blame my brother for it.
I've almost kind of forgotten about him, really, kind of.
But then when he shows up, I'm like, take your hands out of your pockets, man.
Right.
And my brother basically ruined the joy I get from Orange Cassidy, because now I'm just like, no, I'm over you now.
I'm that way with Luchasaurus. Every time I see Luchasaurus, I just think of fucking Michael.
Is he a dinosaur?
Yeah.
Stop letting Michael take over your minds. It's what what he wants.
It's just for Orange Cassidy.
Don't do it.
Oh, it was fun. So, main event of this show was the ROH World TV Championship, Samoa Joe versus Trent Beretta, and I loved seeing this belt on TV. That's the only reason I wanted to talk about it, because
Trent's such a good seller too, man. He doesn't get enough credit.
He's great.
Yeah, he's awesome, man.
I do like that Joe got the rear naked choke for the win.
Yeah.
He teased the muscle buster, but I don't think he'll ever do it again. He shouldn't do it again. It's scary fucking.
Oh, he's been doing it.
I know, but it's scary every time. Yeah. But as far as it goes, Rampage, quick, clean. There was another qualifier match between Swerve Strickland and Darby Allin, which is fine.
Yep.
It was great. But yeah, pretty.
Give me Lethal versus Joe for the ROH TV title feud. That's what I
think that's where they're going, because Lethal came out and Sanjay Dutt was there, and what's his name, the basketball player, was there.
Satnam
Singh or whatever.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Anything else there for AEW?
Really quick in the chat, Michael put, thanks. I'm all up in your brains, baby.
I told you. It's working. All right, so that's going to do it for our reactions for the week. It's time to get to the drop kick discussion.
Hey guys, this is Mr. Havens, the Argyle assassin himself, giving them all the shivers.
This is the one and only Mike Hartenbauer.
This is Space Jesus, Billy Starks.
This is referee Dan Perch.
What's up, bozos? This is Trevor Outlaw. You can address me as yours rudely. And you're listening to the Sit Down Marks podcast.
You guys are listening to Sit Down Marks podcast.
You're listening to Sit Down Marks podcast.
Come celebrate pro wrestling right here on the Sit Down Marks podcast.
With DB, Primo, and AJ.
With DB, Primo, and AJ.
With Primo, DB, and AJ.
And you're listening to DB, Primo, AJ here on the Sit Down Marks podcast, the best podcast for professional wrestling.
All right, boys, brand new month, so brand new dropkick discussion category. We have switched it up. We're going to talk about the women for this month of May. We're going to be talking about famous women's matches, and we're kicking this one off with a famous women's match between Charlotte and Natalya from NXT TakeOver, May 29th, 2014. This was at the old Full Sail that they used to run at. Winner gets the women's NXT title, which had been vacated by Paige Hill. There we go. And then, so there was a tournament that was being held, and this was a championship of that tournament. So let's rewind. Charlotte had Ric Flair in her corner, and Natalya had Bret Hart in her corner. as expected. Obviously, Charlotte was still a little green here, but you could see flashes of what she would eventually become to what she is now. But, make no mistake, Natalya had a job to do in making Charlotte that night, and she did absolute that in this match. This is basically Charlotte's arrival match, if you will, as most would say, because, like I said, this was the championship of the tournament finale for the vacant NXT Women's title. Natalya had beat Layla and Sasha Banks to get to the championship. Charlotte had beat Emma and your girl Alexa Bliss to get to the championship.
And not Emma.
Yeah, remember her? So
Emelina?
That's right. Tennille Dashwood, if you will.
If you will.
So, entrances, right? Charlotte comes out with her familiar music, which has stood the test of time. She still has that music now. And so she comes out with Ric Flair, no robes on either one of them. Charlotte is in a red outfit. Natty comes in with her usual black and pink outfit. Big pop for Brett, who came out too, which was kind of funny because Full Sail only held about, I think it was like 450 people tops. So, it wasn't too many. So the 400 plus in attendance that night, pop for Bret Hart being there, and which was also kind of funny during this match. They are introduced by Brandy Rhodes, who's in the ring, and then Little Nate, Charles Robinson is your referee.
What was her name back then? It was Eden Styles.
Oh, Brandy Rhodes' name? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was. Yep. And then Charlotte is obviously the heel here. Natty is the face playing up to the crowd, which they love Brett here. So, all right. So up to the match start, boys. What do you got here? Young Charlotte.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Primo.
I only had two or three sentences here. I had number one, Charlotte does not wink anymore.
True. She doesn't.
I put Lil Nate. Because actually it was with an exclamation mark. I was like, Lil Nate!
Lil Nate!
Lil Nate, Charles Robinson.
And I remember tuning into this just because I knew that Brett and Rick were going to be there. Like I specifically remember tuning into this. And at the same time, I also remember wanting, at the time, Natalya to win because I was more familiar with her.
Sure. At this, At this time, Charlotte was just into it. My wife was friends with Charlotte, hung out with her a little bit, worked out together prior to her going to NXT. So this was, like I was really paying attention big time because obviously, Rick being Charlotte's daughter too. So I remember like Primo specifically wanting to tune into this. And during this time, my wife was watching a lot of wrestling with me because, her friend Charlotte was, about to be a pretty big deal. So it was kind of cool, right?
That's actually very cool. So the only thing I have before this match is that how young both of them looked. Like, it's what, 8 years ago?
Yeah.
And wrestling apparently takes a lot out of you.
The road life, dude.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Just the confidence alone of Charlotte from this match to how she is now is just...
I mean, that's why I put that promo in the intro. It shows just how much she's come along.
Sure.
And I will agree with Primo. I also wanted Natty to win, only because I'm such a Bret Hart fan that him being in her corner, I was immediately like, all right, I want Natty to win. Yeah. And also I'm kind of angry because Bret Hart doesn't really do anything in wrestling nowadays. I wish that he would, because he's so awesome and I love him so much.
Yeah, so I kind of expected them to be more involved, in this too, and they virtually wasn't. It was, it was kumbaya afterwards. So
he was more of a cheerleader.
Yeah. So all right, so let's talk about the match. We get some chain wrestling to start. Natty is taking control. Rick and Brett are shown outside the ring a lot, pulling for their respective family members. Commentators talk a lot about both families, the lineage, who's going to be the one to make a mistake, yada, yada, that kind of stuff, because, they both were just thoroughbreds, that just had the bloodline of wrestling in their bodies and that kind of stuff. So they kept trying to lead up to somebody was going to make a mistake. Funny part to me was Natalya, her mocking woo, right? It was like, woo!
Yeah. It was
not good.
It was definite. My gimmick is I fart, kind of.
Yes. I forgot about that. Anyway, yeah, so that was funny. Natty's working Charlotte on the mat a lot, as she usually does, and then Charlotte starts to resort to more kicks and chops and slaps to kind of get herself back in the match. They're both trying to wear each other down. Rick starts to woo a lot on the outside of the ring. Charlotte stops small little momentum burst that Natty gets as she's kind of taking over control, but basically, they're getting really technical with each other, kind of keeping it simple, but, kind of giving us really good, points of the match as well. So, so the crowd starts to chant, "This is awesome." And the match kind of picks up. I think these girls really feel it, kind of, the crowd coming into the match. Charlotte misses a moonsault, and Natty puts her in the sharpshooter, which Charlotte counters into a figure four. They slap each other a lot while still in the figure four. We've seen that spot happen a lot. Charlotte rolls outside the ropes while she still has the figure four on Natty, and then still has it applied. They both fall out on the floor, and they go outside the ring, and then they both just kind of fight, and then both make it back into the ring just before the count is over. Now, when we get to the finish here, it's kind of a cool little sequence, and the finish almost kind of comes here out of nowhere. But for the bulk of the match here, before we get to the finish here, what do you guys got?
For the most part, I have almost word for word what you just said. A little less, though, because I didn't take a lot of notes during this match because this match is fucking awesome. And so I just watched it, and I didn't have time to watch it again and go back and take notes. So the few things that I noticed were that, yeah, Charlotte is a bit green, but Natty is such a pro that it's negligible. I loved how they Charlotte put Natty in the sharpshooter. Like that was pretty fantastic. And then I like that that Ric Flair and Bret Hart didn't get involved. That they were just on the outside, just cheering on their respective family members. I thought that was pretty cool. And during the longer this match went, because this is a fairly long match, right? It was like 25 minutes, something like that. Like the longer it went, like the more I was just invested in it. And at the end, like I knew who won, but I wouldn't have cared who won. I would have been okay with either of them. But the absolute right result was how it ended.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
what do you think, Merkin Face?
I laughed also at Natalya mocking the woo. I thought it was funny because she was like, woo! And then Charlotte's like, you don't do that shit to us, to me and my dad.
Woo!
And then actually, after that, Natty actually puts on a technical clinic there at the beginning for a while there, actually, until Charlotte's vicious side comes out. The backpack stunner was an excellent counter to the sleeper.
Yes, it was.
I loved it.
I was a big fan of the figure four headlock.
As was I. That was very cool.
Ric Flair threatening Charles Robinson was hilarious.
Because he's little Nate.
The sharpshooter spot that was countered into the figure four, that was pretty neat. And before Charlotte hit the sharpshooter on Natalya, Natty just held her leg up. And she just held it up there until Charlotte finally grabbed it. And then that's what I have until. But it was a great match up to this point, and that's what I have up until the finish.
All right, so the finish is Charlotte puts Natty in the sharpshooter, but while she's doing that, she's looking at Brett while she's doing it, and so Natty counters and gets Charlotte in the sharpshooter. Charlotte boots Natty in the face. Okay, stay with me here, and
Boot to the head.
and then and then a face, and then she gets away, and then as Natty is kind of recovering herself. Natty has her back turned, and Charlotte hits her with what was her finisher at the time, which is a natural selection. It's basically a cutter into the mat while Charlotte does a flip in the same time. So she still uses it some to this day, not quite as a finisher much anymore. But
now it's more of a signature.
Yeah. Now it's more of a little bit of a throwback move. But Charles Robinson counts to 1, 2, 3 right after that. Charlotte is your new NXT Women's Champion. Rick and her hug. Natty gives her a congratulatory hug as well. Rick and Brett actually hug. I couldn't remember what happened with them after this. So Rick is crying, of course, so you know it's a good night. And then it was almost kind of awkward. Like they told Charlotte to get back in the ring and go celebrate more, hold the title up a few more times.
Yeah, it's like she didn't understand.
Yeah, so just the first title win, taken over by the moment. It was pretty amazing. So Charlotte, so she ended up winning her first title that night. It was pretty amazing. But Charlotte come out with the win, and I think the star of this match was Natty. She made Charlotte look just amazing. She made the match. Charlotte definitely was green, and you could just tell that they had spots planned out, but Natty was the general, in the ring, and just points out that why she's so good. So it was just really cool to see this. So before we get to the smelly mark scale, boys, what do you have for the finish here? What'd you like? What you didn't like?
I loved this ending. This is the babyface goodness right here. Like, give me all this babyface goodness. Like, after Charlotte hits the natural selection and gets the pin, she starts celebrating. Ric Flair comes in, big hug. And then her and Natty, big hug. And then Ric Flair and Bret Hart, like two of the biggest legends in the business, they have a handshake, and then, of course, Charlotte and Bret hug, Flair and Natty hug. But I agree with you. Natalya was the glue of this match. Like, she made this match what it was. And I think without this match and without this opponent, Charlotte would not be where she is now. I think this is a turning point match in her career. And it's really all thanks to Natty.
Got some heck of a training there.
Yeah, I agree with the natural selection for the finish was really cool. Nowadays, as you mentioned, she uses natural selection more as a signature move. But yeah, it is more like it was a good finish for her back in the day.
Yeah.
Before she started doing the figure eight full time.
Sure.
Yeah. And then I just put when she hit the 1, 2, 3. Ric Flair goes fucking nuts.
He does, yeah.
And
he's
then
swinging the coat around.
I said, now, of course, I would too if my daughter were up there winning a title. So, can't blame him too much. And then I put good sportsmanship after the match. That was cool to see. It would have been cool though if at that moment, they could have probably pulled it off back in 2014. If Rick and Charlotte grabbed Brett and Natty and put them in figure fours.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and had them tapping out.
No way Brett was agreeing to that.
Oh, funny stuff.
No way in hell.
All right, let's get to the smelly mark scale, boys. Where are you going to put this one? How many smelly marks out of 10 you going to give it here? Classic match. Like I said, this was kind of Charlotte's arrival match. What do you think here? Only 8 years ago.
So I kind of consider this with Bayley, Sasha Banks, like that match. Mm-hmm. I consider this like a landmark women's match, and it kind of propelled the whole entire division forward.
Sure. Blueprint match.
Yeah. And it had, fantastic ending. The right person won. Natty made it happen. It had Brett. It had Rick. I give this a 9. 9 stinky, smelly marks out of 10. I love this match.
I gotta go with. For me, it stands the test of time for NXT. It's one of NXT's better matches out there, especially better women's match. You know, that generation of women wrestlers that came from NXT. Your Charlotte, Sasha, Bailey. If I'm forgetting anybody, I apologize. But that whole generation is they are the best in the business right now.
Yeah. They're
And
the
so,
standard.
right. So, and they brought Natalya back. Natalya had already been in the company since 2008. They brought her back in because it was, for the namesake, for the Legends showcase there.
Yeah.
Because it was a family versus family, they could do that whole angle. Long story short, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 smelly marks.
Okay. I'm going 8 smelly marks out of 10 because I am a Charlotte Mark, number 1. Yes, she was friends with my wife, number 2. During this time was a lot of pressure on her. She passed it with flying colors. She held with Natty. I never saw where Natty was ahead of her. And that's probably, a tip of the cap to Natty. You know what I'm saying? It was technical wizardry. Did I say that right? Wizardry.
Wizardry.
Okay.
Yes.
By Natty, and I thought it was laid out perfectly. They didn't do nothing too crazy, but they kept us interested. Great spots. They couldn't win it. Her first. How could your first title win go much better than that? So I don't think it gets much better than that. So I was excited to be able to go back and watch this one. Yeah, this was a cool time in wrestling, man. And, NXT was getting hot. Before we jump off this, did you guys go watch any of the rest of this card?
No.
Yes. I watched Sami Zayn and Tyler Breeze.
Yep.
I watched Adam Rose at the beginning.
Yes.
And all of his rosebuds.
Adam Rose was on the fucking card? Weird.
Strowman was one of the rosebuds. Becky Lynch was one of the rosebuds. Simon Gotch was on that one. The main event was Neville versus Tyson Kidd for the NXT.
It sure was
NXT title. Yeah, so
that sounds like a good card. Wish I would have watched
2014
because Neville had just won it from Bo Dallas.
He did, yeah. So, all right, boys. So next week the famous women's match we're going to be watching is one of you guys' personally picked favorites, Sasha versus Bailey, the very next year in 2015 at NXT TakeOver. This is the famous another women's match that Primo's talking about that, helped propel the women's division here. So this is going to be a fun one next week. So go check that one out. Sasha Bailey, NXT TakeOver 2015. Primo, AJ, tell everybody why you guys picked this one real quick.
For the same reason that this match was. This to me is like the match coming up is the landmark women's match to me. Like it's the pinnacle, and it's what started everything apart from Gail Kim. But this is it. Like this is what women's wrestling is today is because of this match.
Yeah. So this was for me. It was whenever Sasha and Charlotte and Becky were all called up, and Bailey was left in NXT.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was Bailey's turn to be the champion. So we kind of knew that Sasha was going to drop the belt. But it was an awesome match. Like it was cool. Like AJ mentioned, it's what it became one of the standard matches for women's wrestling. Oh yeah, one thing we didn't mention for that Natalya versus Charlotte match, they were still divas.
Oh yeah, it was
still
the diva thing was the thing.
Yeah, still was back in the old pink belt days. So
the butterfly belt.
All right, so go check out that match for next week, and we'll be back here to talk about it. Let's get to these MMA picks before we play Last Man Standing. AJ, let's start with you, brother. 45 and 42 going into last week. You chose Marlon Vera to beat Rob Font. Well, let me tell you this. One guy won by unanimous decision. Let's see if it was the guy that you picked, Marlon Vera. Let's see.
Fucking go fuck your balls.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Sucker. I was like, I tried to sell it. I knew what you were doing. I was trying to sell it. All right, AJ. So that brings you to 46 and 42, brother. Good job, man. You're on a heck of a roll here.
Yeah, I've got like 5 in a row.
All right.
I just jinxed it. Fuck.
Let's get your pick here, man. We got a big one this weekend. We got UFC 274 for the 155-pound lightweight title. We got Dude Bronx, the champ, Charles Oliveira, 32 and 8, a Brazilian fighter, 5'10". He's got a 74-inch reach. He's putting the belt up against the number one contender. He's the highlight, Justin Gaethje. He is 24 and 3, a USA fighter, 5'11", with a 70-inch reach. What do you think, AJ? You want to go with the champ or the number one contender here?
I'm gonna go with Dude Loss or whatever that champ's name was. Yeah, there we go. Not Dude Loss, but whatever his name is. I'm going with the champ
because it sounds like Dude Loves. That's why you're going with him, right?
That is exactly why I'm going with him.
All right, so
you are correct. Yes,
Charles. There it is.
All right.
Did we just have a 5-second dance break like Carmella?
We sure did.
Okay, yeah. All right, so you're going with the champ there. All right, Primo, let's hop over to yours, man. So we're 11 and 7 going into last week. You were on the fence, man. You were trying to pick Arlovsky or Collier. You said you didn't want to go with Arlovsky. You went with the younger guy, Collier. Somebody won by split decision. Let's see if it was your guy or not.
You old bastard.
Yeah, lost by split decision. The old guy got it, so that's going to drop it.
And I like Andre too. That's the problem.
Right? Yeah, I know, man. That was hard to pick. I'd probably went with the younger guy too, man. So Primo, man, this card is super stacked. Which direction dude. When I say like every fight,
opening up the main card, you have Cowboy Don Cerrone. You have Mauricio Shogun Rua versus Owen St. Preux. You have Michael Chandler versus Tony Ferguson. Thug Rose Namajunas versus Carla Esparza. And Charles Oliveira versus Justin Gaethje. I mean, that's a freaking amazing card. They're going to make a lot of money this weekend.
They are.
But out of all those,
who you giving the gamblers a pick with this week, man? Let's get you back on track. I have
been a fan of this person, and I haven't looked back, and that is none other than Thug Rose Namajunas retaining that title against Carla Esparza in the co-main.
All right, there it is. AJ's giving, or Primo's giving you the gambler's pick, man. I like these picks, man. It's going to be a big weekend of UFC, so there you go. All right, let's have some fun here, boys. Let's play a little Last Man Standing, my brand new game here. Let's go. All right. It's time to play a little Last Man Standing, boys. I revealed this game to you guys last week. And, basically,
it's time to duel.
I give you a pay-per-view or
Yu-Gi-Oh?
A certain wrestling situation, and you guys will name who all was on that card. Whoever gets it wrong first is eliminated. So last week, boys, you guys, we named the 2022 Men's Royal Rumble participants.
Oh, no.
All right. So I'm going to ask you guys to sit back, please. Cross your arms is the rules. I've already sent out no help from the chat during this game, please. So,
Michael,
all right, boys.
Michael, help me.
All right, so I'm going to give you one quick rule I've added here. I'm going to give you guys one pass during this if you can't come up with one. But if I give you a pass, then I'm gonna give you a wrestler that was on that card, so that eliminates one of the picks. So you get one pass during this. So all right. So last week we did the 2022 Men's Royal Rumble. This week we're doing the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble. So you guys are going to name who was in the 2022 Women's Royal Rumble this week. This week for last man standing. Whoever stays up wins. All right. By drawing, Primo gets to go first today. Primo, who's your first participant in the Royal Rumble match?
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey, correct. She came out 28th.
Natty.
Natalya. She came out, I'm missing her name at the moment, 12th. There you go. Primo.
Lita,
correct. 26th.
Kelly.
Kelly. Correct. She came out 4th.
Melina
came out 2nd. Correct.
Sasha Banks.
Correct. Came out 1st.
What's her face? Carmella,
correct. Came out 15th.
Tamina.
Very good. 3rd.
Nikki Bella.
Came out 24th. Correct.
Brie Bella.
Correct. Came out 19th.
Kelly.
That's already been said.
Oh, fuck me.
Oh. It's already been said. Already been said. For shits and poops, keep going.
Okay.
Shits and poops, no giggles. Let's pretend you
shits
didn't
and
say
poops.
Kelly. Yep.
No
For shits and
giggles.
poops. Okay.
See how many more y'all can knock out.
I'll use that as my pass.
Yeah.
Hardcore country.
Mickey James, number 20.
That was gonna be my next pick. So I'm gonna say Mickey James.
Sure. Primo.
Goddamn right.
Rhea Ripley.
Correct. 16th.
Fucking Shayna Baszler.
Correct. 30th. Primo.
Mighty Molly.
Yeah, correct.
Mighty Molly, you turd. Fucking Nikki ASH.
Yep, 22nd.
Liv Morgan.
Correct. 6th.
Bianca Belair.
Correct. 8th. Oh, y'all were on a roll.
Zelina Vega.
Correct. Yep, she came out 7th.
Ivory.
Correct. 18th.
Oh, you bitch.
Primo, she's behind you.
Yeah.
Did you just look behind you?
You look behind you.
She's over your
I
right
thought that
shoulder.
was. You're right. You're right. I thought she was already named though. That's why I didn't say her. Charlotte.
No.
Natty is not Charlotte though.
Yeah, because I thought
AJ.
he said it after I said Ronda.
All right, y'all about got him here. AJ, you got any more?
Alicia Fox.
Ooh.
Oh, correct. 21st.
Who the fuck are we missing? How many do we have?
All right.
What's her face? Dana Brooke.
Yep, 24/7 champ Dana Brooke. AJ Hint, former Riot Squad member.
I got her.
Shotzi Blackheart?
No, the other one. She's
29th, but go ahead, Primo. Yeah.
Oh.
What's her face? She wears the hair.
She wears the hair.
The fur. Sarah Logan.
There you go. Correct. AJ, Undertaker's wife.
Michelle McCool.
Cool.
There you go. Primo, GM of Raw.
Sonya Deville.
Oh yeah, Sonya Deville.
Yeah. Former.
Naomi.
The other one.
Oh,
yeah,
Trinity.
Naomi. Yeah, Naomi and Cameron.
Naomi and
Oh, Cameron.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about Cameron.
I forgot about her too. She had such a small part.
There's only two left. Former dance partner of Fandango.
The legendary.
No.
What the fuck was her name?
Go ahead, AJ. That's the other one.
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah's one of them, and then former dance partner Summer Rae.
I know exactly who. Yeah, Summer Rae.
Oh,
Summer
Rae.
Yeah,
she's so legendary. I forgot her name.
Legendary Summer
So,
Rae.
AJ, you win. Last man standing, sir. Congratulations.
Damn it! If only I wouldn't have forgotten or realized you said Kelly already.
Primo, we did way better on that one than we did on the men's.
You did.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Nice stuff there. All right, AJ, it's time to close the show, brother. Let them people know.
If you're currently watching us or listening to us, we're on YouTube, which is where we are every Wednesday night live. If you want to catch us live with our shenanigans, we are also on every major podcast platform that you listen to podcasts on podcast platforms. We're also every Friday before the
number one.
See, this is why you should watch live, because your face right there was fucking hilarious. The Thomas Price Show every Friday at, I believe it's 6:30. Also, we have merch. Kind of merch at tpublic.com. For the first time ever, no one is wearing our merch, which is weird. But look, there's a little poster right there. You can get like right there. And then we have t-shirts and mugs and notebooks and no hats.
Baby clothes.
Baby clothes. We're working on hats, I think. We don't have hats yet. But you can get all that other merch at tpublic.com/stores/sit-down-marks. That site, once again, is tpublic.com/stores/sit-down-marks.
Heck yeah. Well, we've already talked a little bit about next week, but Primo, give us that preview, man. Bring us all around the campfire here. I'm ready to listen.
Come on in, Marks. Let's hear the preview next week. Our Dropkick discussion continues with a review of Sasha Banks versus Bayley at NXT Takeover 2015. A classic. Go check it out, too.
Also, we'll see how our prediction went for WWE Backlash and react to this weekend's premium live event. And AJ and DB will fill us all in on the fun at Iron Spirit Pro. And lastly, one of our favorite segments is back. Promo School returns. And so should you, Marks. You should all tune in, Marks. We'll see you next week, Marks. Love you,
Marks. Mark.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today on the chat and on YouTube. A couple last notes here, man. I want to thank once again High Voltage Wrestling for having us down last Saturday. And don't forget, guys, this Saturday, that huge show, Iron Spirit Pro, is going to be a big one, man. I can't wait for it this Saturday night. Tickets are still available. They're selling fast. So make sure you guys come check out that first outdoor show of the year. Iron Spirit Pro, we're going to be running every month this summer into the fall. So it's going to be big, man. It's going to be a big summer for Iron Spirit Pro. We're going to be putting ourselves on, and it's going to be a big one. I'm excited for it. And also last week, if you missed it, May the 28th, we're going to be down at CCW Cape Championship Wrestling in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Saturday, May 28th for a big show down there. They're about to announce the card for that, so I'm excited for that one. And also here before we go, I wanted to say congratulations to Shirley Farnham. She was the random drawer winning of the 2 general admission tickets and free sit-down Marks merch, courtesy of your boys here, the Sit Down Marks. She won 2 free general admission tickets to Iron Spirit Pro on Saturday night, so I want to say congratulations to her. We want to thank everybody that entered the drawing, and excited for her, and I know she's excited to get those tickets. So, all right, guys, so we got Backlash this weekend, so we got some wrestling going on, man. You guys ready for Backlash? Excitement level 1 through 10, you know. Give me an honest answer. What do you think?
3.
3. Exactly 3.
3. I'm more excited for Iron Spirit.
Yeah. I'm definitely more excited for Iron Spirit.
Yes, substantially so.
Yeah, so it might be one of those where
I'm already more excited for Impact's Under Siege pay-per-view that isn't happening yet.
Yeah.
In Backlash this weekend.
Yeah.
Not a great card.
No, it's not a great card. It's a lull pay-per-view. And they try to put some mustard on it by calling it WrestleMania Backlash instead of just Backlash,
You're not fooling us, WWE.
You're not fooling us. Yep, you're right. So, all right, boys. That was an awesome pod, man. So we'll see you guys next week. And you guys got anything else?
No.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's Hogan's telling you how many days of the week you should listen to our podcast. So thank you for that. So at least he wasn't always a sleazeball.
No, he can be helpful from time to time.
Fun stuff today, boys. We'll see you guys all next week, man. Thank y'all so much for downloading this podcast, man. We cannot thank you guys so much for all the love we're getting here lately, and thank you guys so much. See you guys next week. Hey, Jay, take us home, brother.
Take them pastries.
Grab them cakes.
Hey, update. I ordered those underwear with thump on them.
Yes!